focus on past performance, but the whole idea is that we need to superimpose this person's skills and attributes into the next role. And that's a whole nother topic, but they're basically looking to build trust with somebody. Now, one of the key things is that you to build trust, it's not in the interview. It's not in the interview when you go. Now, if you don't know the organization, you don't know the individual, the interview is very important. But I can tell you that's not when you build trust. You build trust because you interview for the next position every single day at work. You just don't think of it that way. Every day you show up, you're interviewing for that next job. A lot of times when people go into, when a manager will go into a hiring mode and when we want to promote somebody, remember, it's not all about you. They have issues too. They have things that they need to solve. They have stuff that keeps them awake at night. But a lot of times they kind of know who they want to hire because they've seen a person every single day perform. They've seen a person every single day handle situations. They've seen a person every single day contribute to solving problems, not contribute to making problems. All those things happen on a daily basis. So if you think of, I'm interviewing for my next job, you may get a promotion tomorrow morning. I hope all of you do. And I hope it's because of this webinar. But if you go in tomorrow morning, get a promotion, I want you the very next day to show up and say, okay, I'm getting ready for the next role. It's got a magical effect on your performance, on your mindset, on your confidence, but also in the way that you become conscious of your behaviors and your actions, and most importantly, your impact on others. So when I mentor somebody, we focus a lot on this, how to show up every single day, how to solve your boss's problems, and how to begin announcing your candidacy for the next level, and how do you move to that box of stars at the upper right-hand corner of that 9-grid talent chart. So those are the three, in my mind, those are the three biggest career limiters and those things that people do to hold themselves back. Now, obviously, each of these has a ton of more work and content, but it kind of points to the culmination of in the introduction to this webinar, I talked about stunning results. It can be stunning. It absolutely can be stunning, because remember this, whether you believe, it's really important of what you believe. And you don't want to have a false confidence. I mean, you don't have to believe and have total faith that you're going to become the CEO of the world's largest organization. You don't have to. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about if you believe in yourself in a process, you'll be amazed as you continue to think about that next job and the next job and where you're going. You've all suddenly start to think like the person in that job. I remember sitting there listening to the CEO. The president of the organization that I was in early in my career, and thinking, how did they know to say that? Why would they say that? I didn't like that, but I really did like that. That was really inspirational. I wonder what thought process led them to that. And I would go talk to, at that time, the president, saying, how did you think about that? What was your, and he'd give some insights. It's like, okay, so now I not only know maybe what to say, I kind of know what not to say, but most importantly, I learned what's the thought process that somebody goes through to arrive at those things? And then how do you, over the course of time, wrap that thought process around who you are and a clear understanding of who you are? So you're always looking at the world in 360. So 360. So you're always looking at it where you're looking out and what are you trying to project? But you also want to watch and see the echo effect of your presence on the room you're in, on the person you're talking to, and then understand what they're saying to you. So you have a full loop of what you look like, somebody looking at you, and what you're trying to project. And all the time you're able to learn some things that will help you along the way on really how to think about things. So this is why I'm a massive proponent of mentors. A lot of people think I want to hire an executive coach, and that's fantastic, by the way. I don't mean that's not a really beneficial thing. It can really help. But what I really like to do and what really matters to my clients is the ability to connect and actually become friends and share wisdom during times or challenging people. I remember I went to a mentor when I had a challenging boss, and it was really tough. I just couldn't work together. And I took a career jog to go work for somebody that I really had more respect for. As things worked out, I ended up being the boss of that boss, and I actually invited them to go seek a career somewhere else because I remembered how their values just didn't align with mine at all. So that having that mentor to say, give me some guidance, saying, you know what, you're learning something from this. Let's talk about what you're learning from this really difficult experience. Taught me a ton. So that's why I'm advocating, mentors. Executive coaches are phenomenal as well. And they both give you that sort of objective view of yourself, and can help you sort of develop that strategy and that plan of how you're going to go about growing your career.